familia, it is Alex. Thank you guys so much for tuning in today. So today, as you guys can see for the title, I'm finally doing the video comparing my two apps that I use to kind of categorize my makeup collection, project pan, so on and so forth. If you are somebody who is trying to find a way to digitally categorize your makeup collection with photos, descriptions, costs, any detail that you want to put down and have it at your fingertips on your phone, on the go, so that way you don't have to bring a binder with you. If you want to do something like that, this is the video for you. I have two apps that I have been using. One I've been using for close to a year now, and the other one a few months, but I was aware of it last year, so I kind of have an insight of it. They did reach out to me and asked me if I wanted to give it a trial for 30 days. I believe it's like the Pro, where you actually pay for the service. So they gave me that to really test out the app and see how I liked it. And I wanted to compare it to the one I originally have been using, because I know a lot of you guys wanted me to get on here and let you guys know what the pros and cons are of both, and it'll be your decision which one you guys want to use, if you want to use any of them. So if that is something that interests you, stay tuned. But first, if you're new to my channel, welcome to the familia. My name is Alejandra. I'm an eyeshadow enthusiast with a dash of project pan. If that is something that interests you, subscribe, join us. And now without further ado, let's get on with this video. I am going to link up in the iCards my whole entire in-depth video of Snupps, which I did screenshots of, explained to you guys how I used it, why I found it, what I use it for, so on and so forth. So I'm not going to get into too much detail on that specific app, but I do want to give you a quick synopsis or a quick rundown of that app so you guys can compare it to the new app that I want to share with you guys that may possibly be the one that you may want to use. I don't know. It's all up to you guys. I'm going to try to put it on the screen somewhere. I don't know how I'm going to edit this video, but I want to make it as easy and simple as possible to you guys, where you guys are just not staring at me saying words and you guys can kind of read it for yourself on the screen somehow. So I'm just going to run down real quickly and let you guys know what Snupps is about, what Peeknest is about, which is the other app, and then I'll cross-reference the pros and cons of both of them, so that way you guys can get your both ends and then how they mesh together, how they're similar, how they're different, and which one's best for you. All right, so I'm looking down so you guys can see that I'm looking down at my notes. So let me just prop this. All right, so the first thing I want to mention to you guys, Snupps is available on the iPhone and Android. From my understanding, I don't own an Android, but a lot of you guys that do own Android have told me you were able to download it. App is completely for free for all usage. You can go live as far as putting your whatever you want to categorize on here. You can, and by the way, these apps don't necessarily just have to be makeup. You could do whatever you want with these, but I'm basing it off of makeup, and because we are a panning community, I know a lot of us like to have everything categorized, or maybe you're not in the panning community and you want it to be categorized. This is something for you, so I wanted to make sure to let you guys know that. So it is for free. It's available on iPhone and Android. You can add as many, they call them shelves, as you want. So I can have one shelf of just my eyeshadows, one shelf of just my lipsticks, so on and so forth. I did find that if you hold down a shelf, just like your iPhone, it will shake, and then you can move and alphabetize your shelving if you put them in not alphabetized, or if you want to have your eyeshadows priority up at the top, you can do that, which I have found to be very, very vital for me, because now I know exactly where all of my shelves are. You can subcategorize them, meaning that if you put something into this app and you want to put it to do two different shelves, you can. So if this is lash glue, I could put it in miscellaneous and in eye products. Whatever it is, you can put a picture in both. You can add multiple pictures to one specific item. You can, like I mentioned, you can go public, which means that if you want to share your whole entire collection of whatever it is that you have on there, you can share it with a community on the Snupps website. There are communities for this, like Project Pan communities, makeup communities, shoe lover community, cars community, whatever. You can do that, or you can privatize it, which is what I have done. I just keep it for myself and don't share it with anyone else. I love the fact that you can export a little bit, like one shelf or your whole entire collection into an Excel format, which is amazing, because that's how I've been able to keep everything on an Excel format. And you can export it. You can download it, email it to yourself, however you want to do it. It's really quick and easy. You guys, I have over 2,000 products in my Excel, and it did not take that long at all to use. One of my favorite features of Snupps is the fact that you have a search toolbar up at the top. So if I don't know where I put an item, for instance, again, this lash glue, I don't know which category I put it, and I don't feel like sitting there looking through all my shelves. I just enter the name of how I remembered I put it in there. You got to remember how you enter in your products to know how to search for them. So I remember I put it in as Kiss Lash Glue. I start entering it in, it automatically pops up. Anything that starts with the, just like Google, when you enter something in, it gives you the auto whatever, you know what I mean? Auto entering, auto whatever it's called. I don't know. I'm not Generation Z to know this stuff, but you guys know what I mean. So that's how you find stuff, which is vital for me because I do that all the time to know where my products are, and it gives you the information. I do love the fact that Snupps allows you to have a lot of detail per item. So if you go into the edit and then you add more, you get like, I mean, subcategories of so many different things you can have of this specific product or item you're putting in, so you know every detail of it. One of my favorite features of this app as well is the fact that you can, when you add something in, it adds the date. So in the front of when you see that photo, it'll tell you added February whenever. So if you're somebody who puts your products in as soon as you buy them, you can see exactly the date you bought them, or you could just put it in a category within it, but you can see when you added it onto your shelf, so you can see how long you've had an item, which is something that I love. I don't necessarily use it all the time, but I know a lot of you guys put your dates of when you buy products, and that's something that can be helpful for you as well. All right, I think I broke it down to the Snupps one, but if you want to see more information, I do have a full video of it with screenshots of it. The other app that I had that I want to share with you guys is called Peeknest. They reached out to me to see if I wanted to give this product a shot, this app a shot. Try it out, see how I like it to categorize my makeup items. I did find this app while I was looking for some sort of app to categorize my makeup. The main reason why I did not use this app is because there is a subscription attached to it. If you want to use this app, the free version allows you to do certain things, but at a limited capacity, a very limited capacity. If you want to have access to the whole entire app, there are two different prices for them. You either can purchase it for a monthly version for $3.99 a month, or you could do a yearly subscription of $29.99. And from my understanding, that's US prices. I think that's all around. I don't know how it works for other countries. I guess it's the same, but that's $3.99 for a month or $29.99 a month. If you do not purchase either one of these two, how this app works is you're only allowed, or the app only allows you to enter 5 items per day. So you can enter 5 items of your makeup and then gotta wait till the next day to enter another one. If you are somebody like me who has over 2,000 products, that was going to be way too long for me to do. It already took me long enough to enter everything I already owned into Snupps. It took me about a month to do it all, spending at least 2 hours every other day doing it so I didn't wear myself out. I can't imagine doing it 5 items a day, but maybe you are somebody who only has so many items. I will say though that I don't mind that for a specific reason, because I'm using this app for something else, and I'll show you and I'll explain that to you guys. But let me run down this app particularly. So this app you have to purchase, or you don't have to, but you're very limited if you do not. So it does have a price. The other thing that this app is, it's only available on iPhone. Can add multiple photos of your product. You have somewhere to add description, quantity, and value for your actual item on here. They are called, I believe they call them, what do they call them? Nests. They call, instead of shelves, they call their little square things nests. So you can enter all your items into nests, subcategorize them as many as you want. There is no limit to that, which I appreciate. You can also hold it down, shift them around, or like alphabetize them if you want, or put the ones that you want higher up, lower down. You can also export all of your whatever it is that you entered in here into an Excel format, which I did do, and I played around with that, and it did work perfectly fine with me with all the subcategories to it. So that's mainly the gist of Peeknest. It's very similar to Snupps just a little bit more condensed, a little bit, it doesn't have as many features as Snupps, so it may be for somebody who wants something more simple. It doesn't have a lot of products, doesn't need to have all the little fluff in there. Now, because this app does not have a lot of fluff and a lot of subcategorize for me to enter a ton of detail to my products, I personally use this specific app for all of my project pans. I have found that using Peeknest for project panning has become amazing. Not to categorize my products, but more so to keep up with my project pans, getting my visuals of what products I'm panning. So if I am going to introduce a new project pan to my channel, I can go in this app and really look at all the pictures of all the items that I'm already panning so that I know what to choose, where I stand with the products, how I'm doing, so on and so forth. The other main thing that I love about this and why I use it for project pan is because I have a category in here for empty. I love that in this specific app, I can enter a value to my products and it shows it on the screen. And obviously I'll show you a screen record of this. In Snupps, you can add value, dollar amount value, but it doesn't show it on the front photo of your product. So it doesn't really tell me how much I have used up. And in Peeknest, I can just look at their little nest before I even enter within the actual box of my photos, and it'll show me the total amount that's in there, that it's the value of all the products that I put into that little nest. I love that, mainly because I don't have to sit there and tally at the end of the year how much makeup I used up. So this is saving me a step when it comes to my project panning, my makeup empties videos, and I can actually see everything there instead of having them written down. So my main use for Peeknest has been for my project pans and makeup empties, which has come so much in handy, you guys. I am loving it for that. Because I'm very detail oriented and I like to have all my subcategories, I like to have my makeup collection into my Snupps app. I'm going to continue to use both of these apps. I'm not discontinuing one or the other because I feel like they are both giving me something that I can use, and it's not a burden to have two apps for this, truthfully. And I'm not confusing myself. I'm not crisscrossing them. I think I've gotten a good handle of both of the apps, that they both work for me, but I can understand if maybe one might be easier for you than the other. Now that I have given you the whole rundown of both of these apps, let me tell you the pros and cons of both. So I'm sure you guys can see a few of them that I have mentioned, but I just want to reiterate it if you just want a quick rundown of what's the good and the bad of both of them. For Snupps, the good thing is it goes in Android and in iPhone. For Peeknest, it's only for iPhone. I did reach out to my representative and they mentioned to me that yes, they are working to get it on Android, but it may take some time, so be patient, but they are intending to make it for Android users as well. The other upside to Snupps is the fact that it's for free. For Peeknest, you are paying for a subscription. Now, they did mention to me that the reason why you're paying it is because if you decide to delete all of your stuff because you paid for it, they do not hold any of your products. They can't sell it. They can't do anything with whatever you entered into the app. I did look into Snupps, and on their frequently asked questions, it is the same concept. On their frequently asked questions, they also state that once you delete everything off of the app, they are not going to take your information and store it somewhere and sell it somewhere or use it against you in any way, shape, or form. So they both have the same, it's just one costs something and the other one does not. The other downside to Peeknest is if you do not pay for any of them, you're only allowed to put 5 items per day into the app. For Snupps, it's completely for free. And I have been told that Snupp was going out of business. So I did a little bit more digging and I did reach out to a representative for the company. And I did email them asking them, because I did notice personally myself when I went into the app, they have not updated this app in over a year. And I was just curious, did they abandon it? Are they not giving us any more features? Is it going to just die eventually after I entered over 2,000 items into this app? Do I need to figure something out so then I don't lose my stuff? So I did reach out to them and they did mention to me that we are making plans to keep Snupps alive and free for all users. Because I did ask if they're going to charge, if they're going to move somewhere else, and no, they're wanting to continue to keep it alive and free for all users. And I asked them, why did they not update this app in so long? Are they abandoning it? Is it over and done with? They said that they are building a new app for small businesses that will be similar to Snupps. So candidly, there won't be changes to this app for another 6 months or so. So they're currently working on a different app, and that's why Snupps has just been sitting here. I will follow up with them around the summertime to see where they stand, if we are going to get any updates to this app to allow us to continue to use them as our technology advances. I don't want this app to become obsolete, and I did all that work for absolutely nothing. So I did reach out to them, and they are not abandoning us. They're just working on other projects and then coming back to this. And trust me, I will be following up to make sure that this actually happens. Now, the other thing I do want to mention between both of them is one is a lot more simpler and to the point, and another one is a lot more detailed. Just like our personalities, some of us just like to be simple and to the point. I don't feel like listening to all the fluff. And then other people like to hear the long drawn out story of whatever it is that you're listening to. So it all depends on your personality. Do you want a bunch of subcategories where you can put your date of when you bought something, how much you use, what's the milliliters, how much did it cost, where did you buy it, all these subcategories, multiple pictures, I mean like very, very detailed and to the point? Or do you want something simple where you just put in your picture, put a small description, add how many you have, the cost, move on with your life? It all depends on what you're using these apps for, which one would be better for you. Peeknest is a lot more visual. I feel like their visual stuff is a lot more like to your eyes than Snupps is. Snupps is very simple to the point, and that may be because they haven't updated their app in a very long time. The one drawback that I have also from Peeknest, which kills me, and I hope they do add this, is the fact that Peeknest does not have a search bar. The search bar is something very crucial to me, and I love the search bar because, like I mentioned to you guys, if I need to search something in my makeup collection and I don't remember where I subcategorized it, I could just enter it up on the toolbar and just enter in it automatically. Anything that is within those words pops up. Peeknest does not have that. They do not have a search. You got to remember where you put it because you got to search for it. And I wish that that's something that they can add. If you're listening to me, please add that. I would love that because that would be so much easier for me to find my stuff because I am cuckoo with 3 kids. Yeah, my mind's everywhere and I needed to find the quicker the better. So I think that's it, you guys. I think I tried my best to remember everything. I wrote everything down. I've been playing around with Peeknest for close to a month now, really getting used to it, and I love both. I genuinely enjoy both. I have both on my phone. I do not intend to delete either one of them. Will I purchase the subscription to Peeknest? I'm sure a lot of you guys are asking me that or wondering that. Because I got a month for free, I got everything I needed into it as quickly as possible because I knew I wasn't going to. But I'm gonna be blunt and honest with you guys, and I don't know if this is considered cheating or stealing or whatever, but if I was somebody who wanted to use Peeknest, I would probably just pay for the 1 or 2 months that I needed to allow myself to put everything in and then cancel my subscription. And only when I needed to add a few items here and there, the 5 items per day would have been enough for me. Because of the way that I purchase my makeup and the way that I bring in new makeup into my collection, I don't necessarily need to pay for a full year because I don't, and it may be because right now I still have the free subscriptions that I don't see the difference of what it is that I'm getting or not getting with the subscription versus not the subscription. And I want to make that clear. Once my subscription is over, I can I'll go in the description box and I'll put down there if there's any difference really from what I'm able to use now to what I can't use anymore. Because right now I have access to everything. But the main thing that I did notice when I did download it last year is that I couldn't add more than 5 products per day in this specific app. Other than that, I had every other thing at my fingertips, and I think that's the main thing that they have is that if you pay, you can add more products, as many products as you want per day. And there you go. Alrighty guys, I hope this was helpful. I hope that I was able to save some of you guys some time, some energy, and I hope that you guys are enjoying these apps because truly it has made my life a lot easier. It has made my whole entire life with my makeup collection a lot easier when I'm out shopping online, I'm at a store, whatever the case may be, I can really look to see, oh, I have that, or where I remember having something like that, and I'm not buying dupes. It's been a long time since I have purchased an item that I already owned because I didn't remember I owned it because of these apps. So they have come in handy to me, guys. I've enjoying them and I love them both, and I just want to let you guys know up front what I'm using, how I'm using them, and if I'm going to continue to use them, which you guys already know. So everything that has to do with these apps will be down in the description box. Thank you so much to Peeknest for allowing me to try this out for 30 days, and I've enjoyed it, and I appreciate you guys reaching out. I'm going to keep both of the apps. I have no problem with either one of them. Let me know what your experiences are with either one of these two apps. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll put my videos over here for your enjoyment. Until then, adios.